Okay, welcome back, guys. Got about an hour for work, so let's get into this. CNN. Let's do CNN's headlines and try to dig our way through the pile of you know what horse crap that we're going to be exposed to. Warning to all those that have a common sense DNA or the ability to sense when they're being led a pile of bull. Everything on CNN is complete bull. Just to put that in perspective, I don't care if they get mad at me and say, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna take that guy out." I have like 20 viewers. Thanks, you guys, for all your views. You're awesome, every one of you. I do miss a lot of you guys. I miss life. I work out in the middle of nowhere all night long. It is good to a point, but I do miss the friendship I had with many of you, and you have enriched my life, and I thank you all very, very, very much. Okay, let's move right along into CNN, the Communist News Network. Hoping I'll get kicked for that. New evidence emerges of Trump administration interference with the CDC. Okay, well, I've listed a couple programs about the CDC and all this garbage that went on during the outbreak of the virus, and yeah, whatever. I guess judge that for yourselves. But this was a complete mess from the beginning. Either whichever side you stand on, but I do think that shutting down international travel from China was a very big deal, and Trump did say that. Okay, the evidence shows CDC officials were prevented from communicating directly with the public and pressured by the administration to alter scientific guidance. Markets were what they were thinking about was their bottom line. It wasn't about the health of humanity. It was about markets and profits. Dancing to the symphony of destruction, guys. This all broke out. It was a complete debacle from the very beginning. There was a lot of information. I do not like Anthony Fauci. I don't believe him in any way, shape, or form. I think he's a very, very bad dude. Just saying. I just think that he botched this from the very beginning. Should have been stopped. International travel is where viruses move across the planet. They don't move through birds. If they did, it would be bird flu, and we'd all be in a lot of trouble if it was that deadly. Okay, so let's. Austria is set to place millions of unvaccinated people in lockdown. Just saying. Just just roll that through in this big show that we're being fed. It's called reality. Okay, well, yeah, it's moving right along. Can't talk about liberals are buying their tickets in hopes of winning the vaccine mandate lawsuit lottery. Ooh, yeah. I don't. I guess I should click on it. It's my brain is going to suffer due to the exposure of CNN. Being exposed to CNN is like being exposed to radiation. It does cellular damage on the cellular level. Just saying. Okay, it's not just Republican-led states and private businesses that are racing to court to challenge the Biden administration's new vaccine mandate. Labor unions are also filing legal challenges, arguing in some instances that their mandate does not go far enough to protect workers. That's as far as I want to go with that, guys. That's as far as I want to go with that. So we're going to go back to breaking news. You guys can talk about that amongst yourselves. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, whatever. Kentucky nurse wins 2,000K lottery prize after retiring from the COVID front lines. Our frontline workers, which I was one of them, basically for the entire year and a half, 2 years of the outbreak, I was told to go out and just deliver. It's just the flu, bro. Let's put that in perspective. I survived it, and I'm getting better, by the way. I have been getting better. Slowly. Frontline workers should be paid. Heroes Act should have been for us, those of us who were told to go out. It didn't matter what happened to us. We were forced into servitude, and we were forced into the front lines of a battle that we, at that time, did not know how deadly it was, but it didn't matter because we had to keep the country moving. Frontline workers are across the board. Anybody who was out there told to just go, dude, bro, it's just the flu. why everybody else hid. And then now they're doing the vaccines, and the rest of us were just kicked in the teeth. Kicked in the teeth. Just, that's all I got to say about that. Lobsterman catches rare 1 in 100 million cotton candy lobster. That's nice. Okay. Stupid ex-QAnon believer says that got him to wake up. That's the headlines these people put out. The bobbleheads on the propagandist news network. It doesn't even matter. Taylor Swift has unlocked the vault. Who cares? Yeah, nothing really great. Hope you guys are all enjoying the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Swings a symphony. Well, at least it isn't Petito and laundry. I'm glad there's no laundry today. Now it's this, and we don't have Dog the Bounty Hunter out looking for laundry. They just keep you dancing, swaying to it until they get their $1.7 trillion. Their reimagined world. Build back better. A record 4.4 million Americans quit their jobs in September. Yes, because you can't continually keep up with inflation. Inflation is driven by fake money, fiat currency dumped out into the economy, which it's $14 trillion. That's at the very minimum. Janet Yellen, which is now over the Federal Reserve, dumped $1 trillion behind everybody's back into buying back stocks and bonds and Federal Reserve notes. Why everybody was dancing this year to the Biden, Petito, shift, whatever garbage January 6th was being thrown at everybody's faces. She printed out $1 trillion on top of all the other bills they were trying to get through while you guys were all sleeping. Don't say it doesn't affect you, because when you go to the store or the gas pump, it affects you. It affects me too, but we're all swaying to this propagandist narrative that they have set forth. Mark Meadows did not appear for deposition with the January 6th committee. The worst incident the world has ever. This country is going to be destroyed over January 6th. January 6th. My life was changed January 6th. Let's not bring up 9/11, the colon, the Bush, and the Dick that caused what has happened over the past 20 some odd years of war that didn't need to happen with opium fields. Anyway, on to other news. Well, let's just put it, the name's Meadows. His name's Meadows. It's just, you couldn't make this stuff up. Here's who you should blame for high gas prices. Joe Biden. The kleptocrats at the top. Fake fiat currency, they're sopping up by the trillions. All of them. They're all to blame. Green New Deal, Build Back Betters, all of it. They're all just taking all the money. Like I said before, they're stealing all the money. You heard that first here at 45 News Utah, and that's a lot of and other stuff platforms I have, that they have been stealing all the money. They're not going to be happy until they get every last dime. And that means everything. That means everything's going to continually go up because the stock market's going through the roof because they're making all the money. They want that $250 per kid tax credit you guys got. They want the raise that you received. They want those of us that quit the one job that needed to make more money and took the other job. They want that money too. See, every advance that you make, every time you try to make more money, every time you try to better yourself, they just steal more. It's a theft ring. It's just throw it into this population, it goes right back up to them. Throw it over here, it goes right back to them. Buy back bonds, it goes right back to them. Their stock markets go through the roof, right? But, wow, stock market's through the roof. Well, yeah, they're making all the money because you buy anything and it costs you 30% higher inflation in the past year. No, it's more than 30%. Over the past 4 years, it's been a lot more than that. Everything's continually gotten more expensive. Everything has got more expensive. It's just the way they make their money. It's a no-brainer. America's hiring a record number of robots so they can replace you. Once they stole all your Social Security and all your future and the debt of your children's children, then they just replace you with robots. It's a great plan. You're just basically cannon fodder, everybody. What Americans are changing to keep up with rising prices. Their last headlines was the record number of people quit. because we've been mistreated as workers for the past, oh, I don't know, 70 years. Worked ourselves to death to get a retirement, to stand in front of a toilet trying to pee because you can't, because you're too old to pee. And or you go travel around the country, oh, look over here, oh, look over, now we can finally do the things we want to do, and then dead. That's what it is. I've always laughed at the system. You're working for your retirement. Okay, when I can't walk 50 feet without getting winded, or I have to be helped out of my vehicle, just like go, oh, look, I get to see that. That's what I work for. Live your life for today. Live your life for today. The freest people are the people that live their life for today. You can remember the past, you can live the past you want, but you just can't. You're working for retirement. Yes, put on. I just did a 401k. Huge amount of money in 401k. For what? Just in case I make it to those gold years. When I become a burden to the society, because inflation has outpaced what I put into my 401k. And it doesn't really matter because I stole the money anyways, and they're just making massive investments with your money, and they're making huge amounts of profits, and they don't really care. It's just about you slaving away for them. It's always been about them, and it always will be about them. We're never going to change this society, and everything's scripted. Well, let's see. Let's move on. Here's why groceries keep getting more expensive. It's commodities. It's the traders. It's the fake money. It's the supposed shortages. It's the supposed this. It's the supposed that. It's all because they're making all the money. They don't really care. They just want all the money. Americans have never been so much in debt. Of course they haven't, because now a car costs you $80,000. Who knew? Why would they not be in debt? Why would you not be in debt? Your house is there. Guys, you got a new house, $400,000. Used to be $120,000. But your wages have to go up to triple or 5 times what it is, just to keep up. I mean, wonder why. Belarus Poland border crisis. I think it's called Belarus. Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff with the migrants being pushed up into Poland and blah blah blah. Same stuff that's happened here in America, border wide open. It's just stupidity. It's one disaster after another. Population replacement, trying to get more people in here that will do more of what they want. So get new people to dump more fake money, that's your money, onto them to support them, so they make more money supporting them, getting them to be a part of society, why they pay back in and their children suffer the same fate as us. It's all for them. People say it's a better country. Yeah, you mean better country. That's why we have the highest rate of depression and suicides and, the big pharma that's just feeding everybody their pills. And, Oxycontin, when you get in an accident, hurt, something happens. Oh, just take this. Oh, hey, let's give you morphine. We gave the wounded soldiers on the battlefield of World War II morphine, just, while they're dying and their guts are blown out, but now the doctor just prescribes morphine because you're in so much pain. Welcome to America. $500 million debt on the national debt. You owe $500,000. If you become an American citizen, your debt clocks at $400-something thousand per individual. It's called individual liability. Look it up. It's on the debt clock. One of those guys in Belarus, and it's Belarus and Poland. If one of the guys in Belarus are gonna, get the same debt, the Polish people are gonna give the debt to the new migrants. Good luck, guys. There's a lot of ways to be in poverty, believe me. How Biden could show he's serious about inflation. Let's go, Brandon. Just gonna say it. Let's go, Brandon. Yay! Everybody's proud of the. I mean, it's okay to turn around and say that was a mistake. Just so everybody knows, you're on the liberal side, Democrat side. It is okay to come out and say he is a mistake. This has all been a huge mistake. Admitting that you did something wrong is the first move into, acceptance and healing. So those of you that voted for Brandon should say, oh, that was bad. You guys are right. He's woo. It's the whole conglomeration that's bad. Remember, it's not just the one rotten fruit. It's the entire tree. It's the entire tree, guys. So you have to pull your head out of that. and say, okay, Brandon was a mistake. Brandon was a complete mistake. And he always will be a mistake. And his entire administration is a mistake by those that voted for him, but not by them. They all orchestrated. All orchestrated by them. They do it. A lawyer for men accused in Arbery's killing. Arbery's killing. Why would the name be so weird? Apologizes for comment. I just don't care. I don't care. This Colorado community was proof an all-electric net zero future is possible. Now the vision is under siege. Well, because you can't do this. We're not going to struggle through heat in our homes. We don't live in Mongolia. The Mongol people have to burn coal to survive. They die of lung cancer. You got to look it up. There are only so many Mongols. It's horrible. We're literally going to cut off our energy. We're going to be paying so much to drive 50 feet down the road. It's going to hurt. It's almost like they let us out for recess, and now they're going to take everything they can. This is not a sustainable future right now. It's not. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time, guys. These guys, the Greta Thunbergs have captured the world and caused debt and strife. Believe me, there's a lot of power players on one side. That's the oil industry, the energy industry, that are very dangerous. And there are a lot of people on the other side making $1 bazillion that are just equally as dangerous. They're all just taking all the money. They don't care about you. Let's see. I really can't see much more on the Communist News Network that's really interesting. House Democrats introduced a resolution censoring Republican Gosser for video depicting violence against Ocasio-Cortez. Pardon me. I'd hate to see what it is even. He's just saying the truth. It's just not. They're all nuts. But they're all nuts. And it's all orchestrated. So it's like, whatever. Good news. SpaceX just launched four astronauts into space with the kleptocratic wealth that they're just making so much money. They just want to shoot everybody that they're buddies with up into space. Maybe they'll come back, human beings again. That'd be great. World's biggest yacht. Well, we should all be proud of that. What's the $600 million world's biggest yacht will look like inside? While they're paying all the high prices, massive inflation. It was supposed to be transitory. They're bragging about that. That's just in your face. All right. Taliban stopping drugs in Kabul, by the way. They're sending all the people. I just watched a video on that. Sending all the drug addicts that are now in Kabul. They're on crystal meth. That's the story right here. CNN witnesses 9-year-old being sold for marriage to a 55-year-old man. I just watched a story about what's happening in Kabul. And I have to really do some real deep thinking about that entire debacle in the Middle East, where millions of people are addicted to meth and heroin in Afghanistan. But meth, telling you. Just saying. Anyways, get off the Communist News Network. Oh, wait. U.S. border reopens after COVID-19 travel ban. Okay. Well, that's fine, until... I don't know. I don't know, guys. I just can't get into that because realistically, it's just, there's something's happening. Something is happening, and believe me, there's still a lot of people getting very, very, very sick, very ill, heart inflammation, all kinds of neat stuff that cannot be, okay, I can't explain it on any digital platform whatsoever, or I risk being kicked off everything. Parents demand school board president resign after bombshell dozer revealed in shocking documents. Had the school board, the people that are elected to school boards are some of the most dangerous people in politics and in social, I'd say, manipulation. They are very, very dangerous people. The powers of a school board's been represented in the media, and they should have. Nobody recognized it because you take the kids, you take the country. There's a lot of insanity on these people. They're very, very. They need to be, all school boards need to be revamped. We need to go through, and the will of the district needs to be rewritten back into the children, what the children need, not what their beliefs are, what they need to go to school, study curriculum. That's it. Anything else should be completely banned, and those responsible for craziness like this guy should be put in prison. There's no teeth to laws. People break laws. You got to put the teeth to it. Okay, Liberal paper forced to retract reporting based on debunked anti-Trump Dozier. The entire deal with the Dozier dossier, all that was false, fictitious propaganda that was orchestrated and released to the public. That's what I have to say on that. Okay. Hearing this, Brandon, White House reveals Biden's reaction to rallying cry among critics across the nation. Let's go, Brandon. Go say that every time you fuel your vehicle. Just yell, let's go, Brandon. It should be across America. Everybody should be yelling, let's go, Brandon. Every time you get gas, let's go, Brandon. Every time you go pay at the store, we should all be yelling, let's go, Brandon. It should be a national craze. Everybody video themselves and post on every social platform, let's go, Brandon. And maybe they would get it through their head that we have seen through their facade and we are tired of the transitory inflation that the Brandon administration has unleashed upon the people to steal all the money with the trillions of dollars. Let's go, Brandon. I think everybody's worried about Build Back Better, ain't you? You feel like Build Back Better when you go to the pump? Feel like Build Back Better when you're at the store? You feel your Build Back Better when you're at the paying the power and gas bill? Let's do Build Back Better when you try to buy a home and the next two generations are basically kicked out of the housing market because of the kleptocrats at the top. Let's go, Brandon, and all the liberal idiots that are in charge over California and other big cities that are causing massive flight in rural America, driving the price of houses up, and causing remote workers to flee. And remember, they will replace you. So once you're out there being a remote worker, you're hanging in the wind. And let's go, Brandon, because this has all been caused, really, realistically, by Brandon and every other people. I can't really say that. It's been caused by the entire COVID debacle. Let's see. Republican who almost unseated blue state's Democratic governor makes big promise. Let's start judging people just on who they are, and they're all kleptocrats, clear politicians, and kick them all out. Start over again, shall we? LeBron James getting dunked over his tweet about Kyle Rittenhouse at trial. They look an awful lot alike. They do. Just saying, their eyes are very, very similar. Very, very similar. I don't know if I saw it. I'm just saying, the reality of freedom and the illusion of freedom, the reality of reality and the illusion of reality is two different things. Manchin. Let's see that name, Manchin. It's just got a, robust to it, yeah. Opposes Biden FDA nominee, citing ties to greed of pharmaceutical industry. 14% of the entire GDP is healthcare. You wonder who's running the show, guys. You wonder who's got a big chunk of the show. This giant shift show we're in. Yeah, it's Scalia's. I don't know. The Republicans have a clear message as Biden collapses in crisis and plunging polls. The reality of everything is there's a completely disconnected portion of the population that needs to wake up. And maybe we could pull ourselves out of this entire debacle over the past 3 decades now. And we start actually doing, business again as a free country. That would be great. That'd be great. But let's see what the orchestra plays for the Symphony of Destruction for the rest of the people who are still believing it. Bringing back the NYPD's anti-crime unit to fight gun violence will trigger violence, says BLM co-founder. Without laws, we have anarchy. And if you guys want to live in anarchy, good luck, because it's basically already on the streets. And yeah, on and on we go. Representative Good, get my nose, Good. You guys seeing this yet? Free your mind, your butt will follow. A border visit slams secrecy behind organized operation to move migrants into the U.S. He's the good. You're all swaying to symphony. Jake Sullivan and Sullivan's wife, Garland. I don't even care. I don't even care. Stupid. Even the liberal media is sharpening its knives over a failed climate summit. Until we have something better and we can progressively work on changing fossil fuels and getting OPEC out of everything and the kleptocrats at the top, we're basically under the knife. There's nothing you do about it, guys. Stop screaming, Green New Deal. Man charged with homicide after body with multiple stab wounds found near Pennsylvania homeless camp. Well, gas prices are high, but drivers can still save money. Yeah. You still save money by not doing the Build Back Better bill. And telling Janet Yellen to stop printing fake money off of buying bonds and buying stuff to help the stock market make record profits off of us. Stop spending the future. That would help. This is stupid. Home Depot surpasses $40 million investment to help end veteran homelessness. That is probably the best news I've heard in a very long time, because migrants are going to get $400 and some odd $1,000 for being separated from their children at the border. Why? Veterans have the highest rate of suicide and sleep on the streets. They gave the ultimate sacrifice, watch their comrades die for a country that does this to them. Because it's all a show. It's all about them. Nothing's to do with you. The upper echelons of the world runs this place. And it's scripted. GOP senator announces re-election bid against Trump's endorsed challenger. Kamala Harris calls for changes in jury selection process while not commenting about Arbery case. She's the biggest walking disaster the left has ever produced. Next to Biden, which is all, they're just actors. They're actors. She's an actor. She's playing a part. White House ties to school board. Group's terrorist letter revealed. Emails. Okay, well, like I said, school boards are a danger to society. A danger to our children. School boards should be eliminated, fired on the spot. Done. There should be a board, but it should be all about studies, curriculum, education, nothing else. Any bullshit, shift that's thrown into it, the person needs to be eliminated immediately from the school board, kicked off, censured, and possibly imprisoned and charged with a felony. They need to teach our children right, and just not politics at all. Costco finds card skimmers at one of its stores, warns of potential customer data breach. Very dangerous. World's most venomous spider found in store-bought bananas. Yes, bananas do carry a very dangerous spider. Baby clothing recall over choking hazard. I don't know. Cowboys Jerry Jones excited for... I don't really care. It's into sports. Anyway, it is now almost time for me to leave for work to spend my night out doing my job, which I enjoy, but like I said, I miss all you guys. This is the only time I get to actually conversate with the world anymore, because I'm no longer the public, which COVID-wise is a good thing. And I don't want to be exposed to COVID, tired of being sick constantly, tired of getting, every virus being out in the public. So it's nice to be away. Very lonely, a lot of time for my thoughts. I do want to do a story on Native American history in the Southwest, that I have been listening to some podcasts about the Spanish conquistadors and New Mexico, or the whatever, what this used to be all Mexico, and the fights with the Apaches and the Comanches. And I don't know what platform we get to put that on yet, but there's a lot in that history of San Antonio that I've been listening to. It's a great podcast, or great news. I guess you'd say it's episodes, show on Spotify. San Antonio, the history of San Antonio. It talks about the Comanches and Apaches. I had no idea, guys. I knew there was a lot of wars that went on, but the insanity to be even Comanche or Apache and not be absorbed into the folds of old Mexico is pretty rare. Pretty rare. I mean, you'd slavery for the Apaches, and to be an Apache is just literally, it's 1 in a million after what's happened down there in Texas. So most Apache men were sold off to slavery after being conquered, much like other tribes in Mexico, former Spain. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys have a great day. And remember to check this out and share and like, and have a great day. I'm going to be gone all night long. So you guys I'll be thinking about my next podcast or next show. Thank you.